Thank you. I have 3 quilts here, and first I was just going to throw these on the table. What do you do with scraps? We have some great quilters, and they, you know, these little pieces, they don't want them, and so they trash them. I started quilting because 20 years ago my grandmother passed away, and she hand quilted when my family moved from Mississippi to New York. She gave me a quilt. I still have it today. And so, you know, one of the things she wanted to do was to teach everyone, all the girls, yes, it is a girl thing, teach all the girls how to make a quilt. Because you need a quilt, especially if you're going to New York where it's very cold, you're going to need something to keep you warm. And she thought that if we knew how to quilt, we would never be cold. Well, I just didn't have the time. You know, Grandma, okay, and then I left. I snuck out of the house. And so it didn't, so when she passed away, you know, there was this thing called for quilters. And I said, well, you know, I really should learn for her, you know, and so I did. And so the one thing that I started doing recently, because I noticed that, you know, we are a throwaway society. We throw away scraps, we throw away this, you know, things that we could reuse. And my grandmother's very good at reusing. So I started taking the scraps, and this is what I came up with. And I have lots of more of these, and so I just bag them, and then when I'm sitting around watching TV, I put together a square. And eventually you would have lots of squares, and eventually you would have a quilt this size, or small, whatever. I also love to take fabric that have a design and hand quilt it. Yes, my grandmother hand quilted everything. And so I said, well, I can do that. You know, I was 30 then, so, you know, married, family, so I had time. And so when my son was doing sports, I would sit in the car while he was doing the soccer practice, or, you know, waiting for him for the bus, coming back from the game. I would sit in the car and I would quilt. And so one of the things I love to do is to, as I said, take a pattern. This is an African pattern of circles, and I love this fabric, so I just put it together with the border and hand quilted this. This is, I started this because my mother is a minister and my brother is a deacon. And so I said, you know, I should make a quilt about the Bible. The law, the history, the poetry, the Old Testament, and the New Testament. And so it took a while, but I hand stitched each book of the Bible. And as you know, this is the Jewish law, and of course this is, you know, the death of Christ, the New Testament. Okay. And that's it. And so that's the story of my life at the Center for Quilters. And it was a great bunch of ladies, and yes, I still take their scraps.